let's talk about a new view for Davante Adams. He is moving into a mega mansion in New Jersey that Aaron Rodgers calls home, and he'll be playing for the New York Jets now going forward. How big of a move do you think this is, JJ? We've talked about this ad nauseum now for 2 days, gotten everybody's take on it. Seemingly everybody around football that I know thinks that this is a good thing for the Jets team, but Jets are still 2-4 right now, so there's a lot of time to go. How do you view the trade, and what are your thoughts on how it's going to look going forward?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you add Davante Adams to your team, it's going to be a positive and it's going to make you better. I mean, he's a great receiver. He's a great player, has great rapport with Aaron Rodgers from the past, obviously. I think you have to look at it as they're throwing everything possible at this year, knowing that they're trying to make something happen. I mean, they're clearly not playing the way they thought they were. They're clearly not playing the way many of us thought they would be playing the season. So I don't know if desperate is the proper word, but I mean, they're throwing everything at the table here, saying, like, we went all in with Aaron Rodgers. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. So give him what he wants, give him everything he asks for, and let's go out there and try and win this season. Very tough. I mean, you're sitting there at 2-4, and that's that point in a season where 3-4 looks like, all right, let's go, let's do this. 2-5 is like, oh shit, we're going. So this game against Pittsburgh on Sunday night already was going to be an awesome game. Now you add Davante Adams into the mix. It's going to be huge for both these teams' season. Depending on what the Steelers do at quarterback, it's massive for theirs too, because that's going to have huge implications.
Go ahead, AJ.
Jage, how do you think this works out, though, for the Jets? Obviously, they're going all in, but do you think this is a recipe for success? Like, will they be able to get in the playoffs and make a run?
Win a Super Bowl.
Obviously.
I don't know if that's the move that's like all of a sudden. I think Woody Johnson just came out and said that, like, this is the thing that unlocks our whole offense.
Please,
yeah. Ambassador to England, Ambassador Johnson to England. He said that this is the move that unlocks the entire offense. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I think he's a great player. I think he's really going to make a lot of great plays. But I don't know if I'm, watching that offense. Just changed coordinators, obviously, but I don't know if adding one receiver is all of a sudden going to take a 2-4 team and flip them around to a 7-4 team. Who knows?
What do you think?
I don't think that's the one thing that does it.
What do you think this says about Raiders season and everything like that? Because obviously your name is being tossed around to go to Detroit City, and then Max Crosby's name, not by Raiders, not by Max Crosby. We're just saying.
Don't say it, Pat. We don't need to get in any more trouble here.
D-Butt said it. D-Butt said it earlier today. D-Butt said it earlier today. But let's just say the Detroit Lions wanted to make a massive play for Max Crosby, and Tom Telesco had to look at it. Okay, had to. Like that. That's just. How do you feel about the Raiders? How do you feel about Max Crosby potentially being on the move? Or do you think Max Crosby is the guy that they're going to continue to build around, like they said about him and Davante during the offseason?
I mean, I think Max Crosby's a Raider, man. He said it. Everybody says it. Like, he is a Raider. Now, if I'm the GM, if I'm sitting there in a different position and I have the opportunity to make a massive splash and get a ton of capital for an unbelievable player, and he's open to it, and he wants to go to a contender, a team that can do it, I think you look at it, because the Raiders, I mean, just looking at it, now this could be a freezing cold take later, but it doesn't look like they're winning the Super Bowl this year. That's just looking at it, watching like that.
Wow, put on a ticker.
Shocking.
Put on a ticker.
I think you're safe.
Put on a SeatGeek ticker.
No, bold.
So obviously you've already got Davante gone, a guy you said you're going to build around. If you could get a massive splash for it and you had the opportunity to do something, and Tom Brady can come in and decide as an entire own organization and make it how he wants, I think definitely something to consider. But Max has to be open to it. I don't like it when you don't. If a guy says he wants to be a part of your team and he's done everything right the entire time and he's done everything to be that guy for your franchise, I do not like shipping that guy out, because it's not a good message to your locker room. It's not a good message to your fans. It's not a good message to anybody.
Yeah, if you do everything right, still gone. Okay, just keep you on your toes. That's not a good message, especially with Tom Telesco and AP kind of newly trying to build this in their kind of way, which would make you maybe think about, do we need to, which I don't want to say, once again, we love Max Crosby on the Raiders. We think he's a perfect Raider.